7 years ago, my friends and I went on our first cycling tour in Taiwan. As you can see, I enjoyed it so much that I decided to do it again in 2024. So here I am on a month-long adventure with no fixed route and no fixed plan. The only thing I have booked was the first night's accommodation. I have a tent, so I wasn't worried about where to sleep. What I was worried about was the idea of assembling my bike at the airport. Did I bring the right tools? Can I assemble it properly? How will I navigate through the city's crazy traffic? All these questions were swimming in my head. I procrastinated for 2 hours until I finally dragged myself to assemble the bike. Once I started, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Things were going smoothly until my front tire started leaking air. Turns out, the valve attachment was loose. Uh-oh, Houston, we have a problem. I started to panic, but had to keep cool. A quick Google Maps search led me to a few bicycle shops nearby. I called Kaohsiung Bicycle Shop, and the owner, Miss Chai, came to my rescue. With the professional help of a bicycle expert, Xiao Li, he diagnosed a few more hidden issues with my bike and fixed them. I was super lucky he was there that day since he only works there part-time. Thanks to him, my bike was good to go. Miss Chai didn't charge me for the transportation fee. She even treated me to a dinner and a drink. Aw, how sweet! By the time everything was sorted, it was already 8 p.m. and I still had to find my way to my accommodation. I almost got lost too, but after what seemed like a century, I finally reached my accommodation safely. Feeling drained from yesterday's stressful incident, I was in such a low mood that I didn't want to go out. I even started doubting this entire bicycle trip. But then, I forced my lazy bum off the bed around noon to explore the city. Instantly, I felt better and realized I can do this. Crossing Kaohsiung City's famous Love River led me to the BoEr Art District. I love how the Taiwanese transformed this once industrial area into a place full of art installations and exhibitions. Some factory spaces were converted into art and craft shops. Outside, food stalls and craft stalls lined the streets. Pathways and light rail systems make it easy for the public to access this area. I also love how the locals inject personality into buildings by decorating them or painting them with murals. This area here, with train lines visible on the ground, was once a freight station in the 1900s. Now, it's a park with interesting sculptures and old trains on display. My favorite part was cycling along neighborhoods with the light rail train line running parallel to them. Since the light rail train runs on battery, it's quite silent, so it's not a disturbance to the neighborhoods. After a final packing on the bike, it was already 12:15 p.m. I was a dum-dum because I forgot to buy a gas canister the 2 days I was in the city. So here I was, making a last-minute detour to Decathlon to get one. The time now is 1:15 and I'm finally on the road. I was happily following along this well-built bicycle path, la-di-da, until I got to the outskirts of the city. It's a heavily trafficked industrial area with no shades along the way. Plus, there are many traffic light stops. I almost got burnt into a dried human jerky under the unforgiving hot sun. Finally, after navigating the heavy traffic from Kaohsiung, I'm now on a proper cycling path. Let's see what time I will reach my destination today. I don't know where's my destination actually. Let's see, where do I end up? Around 6 o'clock. Just refilled my water at a visitor station. Taiwan is such a cyclist-friendly country, as most visitor centers, police stations, and train stations provide water dispensers, bicycle pumps, and toilets. Google Maps brought me to some quieter village roads, and I appreciated that. It's 5:30 and I still haven't found a place to stay. Finally, I found a place to stay overnight. This is a memorial park where the Japanese army, led by General Naimu Xidian, landed to conquer the anti-Japanese forces in the 19th century. That's Xiaoliuqiu Island in the distance. It was a perfect overnight place with a good view, a shelter, and some benches. The only downside was there was no water source and no toilet. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers. As night quickly set in, I cooked under the light from my bicycle. This is the gas canister that I almost forgot to buy. Dinner was something quick and simple, and I cleaned my utensils with a wet tissue since there was no water source. I wasn't scared to overnight alone, as Taiwan is generally safe. Plus, there were a few stray dogs there to accompany me. I wanted to sleep on the benches and enjoy the cooler air, but there were a lot of mosquitoes. Defeated, I pitched my tent and slept inside, sticky with sweat since there was no way to shower. With the soothing sound of the ocean waves, I drifted to sleep until I got woken up by a gush of strong wind and splatter of seawater. Boo!